In the lead up to the national championship game, South Carolina's head coach, Dawn Staley, voiced her frustrations with the media's coverage of individual players, particularly Paige Bueckers of UConn and Caitlin Clark of Iowa. Staley, a two-time NCAA champion, highlighted the disproportionate attention given to these star players, despite the depth and success of her South Carolina team. Staley emphasized that while Bueckers, who is set to enter the WNBA draft, certainly deserves the spotlight due to her stellar career, the overwhelming focus on her has often sidelined the collective accomplishments of her own team. I want some of the sentiments to be about our players and what they've been able to do equally, Staley said, stressing the need for media coverage that acknowledges both individual greatness and team success. Her comments draw a clear parallel to the previous year's media frenzy surrounding Caitlin Clark, whose remarkable performances with Iowa led to widespread coverage and discussions of her legacy, even as South Carolina entered the championship game undefeated and boasting one of the most dominant teams in the country. Staley further pointed out that this intense focus on individual legacies can create disadvantages for teams like hers, where the spotlight should also shine on the players who contribute to South Carolina's sustained excellence. She mentioned the importance of recognizing the achievements of players like Zia Cook and Laetitia Amihir, who have been key to their success, and noted that there is plenty of room in women's basketball media for stories that highlight the collective history of these programs. The spotlight on Bueckers is undoubtedly due to her being one of the most iconic players in college basketball, making a last push for a national championship before heading to the WNBA. However, Staley's argument is not that Bueckers doesn't deserve recognition, but that the narrative shouldn't be exclusively focused on one player's legacy, as was the case with Clark last year. There's room for our game. Let's not choose one player's history over another's, Staley asserted. This media narrative, however, could ultimately play a pivotal role in motivating South Carolina to prove their dominance once again. With the chance to secure their second national title in 3 years, South Carolina has an opportunity to assert themselves as the premier program in women's basketball, following a path similar to UConn's dynasty under legendary coach Gino Auriemma. While the coverage will inevitably lean toward the stories of Bueckers and Auriemma, the challenge for Staley and her players is to rise above the narrative and continue to demonstrate the strength and depth of their team. In the business of storytelling, where stars like Bueckers shine, South Carolina may just have the chance to flip the script and make their own legacy the focal point of this championship run. Stay tuned for more updates on the national championship